Okay, I think I'm having technical difficulties again. I'm one day going to get over these technical difficulties. I don't know if you can hear me. Hi, if you're there, welcome to the chat. I'm the security lady. I help people to gain confidence by empowering them through the use and knowledge of the latest technology as it relates to personal protection, home business security, and total life wellness. And let's see here. We are going to start with the first item in the chat. The thin blue line, license plate American flag. You may ask, what is the thin blue line? What is that all about? Some people don't know what it really is all about. The thin blue line is basically showing in a symbol of the fine area that public servants walk. It was originally meant for law enforcement, and the fine blue line, because most of them wore blue uniforms when this was around, the majority, but it was basically for the police departments. And it kind of evolved to include all of law enforcement and people that do walk that fine line between life and death, the line between making peace and dealing with chaos, the line between trying to bring everything together and just balance an entire society of harmony and wholeness. So that is, in a nutshell, what it meant. And so I wanted to dedicate this stream to all the people that walk that thin blue line. There's a thin blue line, there's a thin red line. Now I understand there's a thin yellow line. And so there are lots of different lines now that people walk. When you really think about the reality of it, everybody in life walks some type of line. Whether it's balancing the life of children, do I balance my own life? Do I balance my children's life? Do I balance my family's life? Or concerned about my own needs? And this is what this night's stream is all about. The thin blue line, and dedicated to those who walk that fine, delicate balance. So the products are to actually show support. Let me go over here. And I'm going to highlight, let me say I highlighted that first one, the license plate. So when you see a license plate like this, you basically know that people support law enforcement. When you see all of these products, if you see someone with these products, then it's somewhat of a symbol that says, they support law enforcement. They support public servants. They support safety. They support peace and order. They support harmony. And that's what this is all about. So if you have any questions or you'd like to know more about this, what this means, if you have any comments and you'd like to put in your own comments and your thoughts about this, or your thoughts, however you feel, and whatever you'd like to share or ask questions, this is a great time because I'm very familiar with these things and I can share a lot of insight that I have from experience. And I can also hear what you have to say. I want to hear your thoughts. So please let me know what you think about these things. So I am going to welcome to the chat. Feel free to ask questions and give your thoughts and comments. So some people say, I've heard it said, and I have seen it, that sometimes it makes a difference. And some people feel like it should not make a difference. Some people feel like it should make a difference. It's just a matter of support. If you're walking down the street and you have anything, whether it's breast cancer, whether it's lung cancer, whether it's an infirmity, whether it's any situation that you may have that's a serious situation in your life or someone else's life. If you see someone with a flag that supports that, you're like, yeah, it does my heart good. If you see somebody, if you're suffering from breast cancer, and they, we have the pink things, the pink flowers and the pink hearts and the pink bows, you just feel great. You walk around, it's like, wow, they support me. They care. Oh, that person supports me. Oh, they have a pink flag. They have a pink ribbon. They support me. And it's a good feeling. It's the same thing with the thin blue line. When officers and law enforcement see people with a flag or with a license plate or with anything that shows those type of things, those symbols, then they feel like they're supported. They feel like, oh, okay, they support me. And it can make a difference. I'm not saying that it does, but it can possibly make a difference in just calming somebody's spirit and just changing somebody's life, maybe helping their day and helping them to have a better day. Will you get out of a ticket or get out of an arrest, or will somebody, get this or that? There's no telling. There's no telling. Different people are different ways. Law enforcement, they're still people, and they act accordingly. So this is what the license plate is. So it has the American flag, and it has the thin blue line that's running through that shows support that for the country and law enforcement in the country. We have, let me see, is there, okay, that is prime. You also get that price for the prime price. And then let's see what else. Oh, you have the other things that go. So it comes with that. Let me make sure. Oh, wow. Okay. It gets these brushed metal. So that looks really, really good. Anti-corrosion, anti-rust, weather resistant, not only suitable as a decorative front license plate, but for home decoration to express your support for law enforcement. So it's universal. It can fit anything. And, it gives you, okay, I thought these were add-ons to it. It's not add-on. It comes with it. It gives you the decals, and it gives you the nuts and bolts and everything to get it set so that you don't have to go anywhere else, all in one package, all together right there. Next one is the box. Let's see, what's this? Boxer police dog, thin blue line. Thin blue line Christian cross flag, garden flag, peace flag. So again, this is what this was just trying to show us all about. So they have these flags. A lot of people don't know that these things are out there. Hi, security lady. Johnny Kong says, hi, security lady. Live Creator Success started following. Thank you, Live Creator Success. I love that name, Live Creator Success. Yeah. Johnny Kong says, blue line, law enforcement, red line, fire department. You know it, Johnny Kong. I love it. You know it. So Live Creator, okay. I don't know. I'm gonna sing my little song that I do to thank you, because I don't have the whistles and bells yet. Johnny Kong, I gotta get those whistles and bells on. I gotta get some of those things so that I can do all the things and people don't keep saying, oh my God, stop, screaming. Okay. Live Creator Success. Live Creator Success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for calling Miss Security Lady. That's me. Thank you for following me, Mr. Johnny Kong. Okay, let's see here. Oh, no. What's happening here? What happened here? That was odd. Okay, I'm back. I think I disappeared for a minute. I'm back. You know what? Maybe they did not like me singing. Okay, maybe I need to stop that. Johnny Kong, what do you think? I need to not ever sing anybody a welcome and follow song. But again, thank you again, Live Creator Success, for following. Okay, the dog. I think that's a really sharp one. Now, that's a new one. I keep up with these things, and I haven't seen that one recently at all. So that's a really, really sharp one. That the boxer police dog. That's nice. Okay, I see. It is. See, the security lady tries to be up to date on these things. The new favorite design is double-sided with the image printed and visible from both sides, and the text also reads correctly from both sides. It makes a top craftsmanship flag that will be a perfect gift, partial imported, highlighting their pride in the USA. Honorable history, ideal for household or commercial use, makes it a play. That is really, really nice. I like that. I like that flag. That's sharp. And I like the way that hand just kind of pulls it back to reveal that dog looking up there. That is really, really cool. Let me see. Phil Hill, No Smart Home Tech says, hi, security lady. Hi, Phil Hill. Thank you for being here, Phil Hill. Feel free to give your thoughts on the thin blue line and some of the products that you see. What do you think about this boxer? Johnny Con, what do you think about this boxer? Do you think that's a real cool thing, or do you think that's kind of too much? Do you think it takes away from the whole air of the thin blue line? You think it adds to? Boxers aren't used as much in law enforcement, although they are used. Not as much as the shepherd and the Australian shepherds and the Malinois, but they are used. In other countries, they use other dogs, of course. Makes a great gift. That is lovely. I may have to get one of those. I like that one. Okay, let's see. You like it, Johnny Kong? Okay. I would give that, because it's so different and it really stands out. I would probably give that about a 9 plus, maybe borderline even a 10 for kind of awesome in all areas. What do you think? What would you give it? Between a 1 and a 10 for creativity, for making the point, for the feel of support, for the idea of togetherness, for the idea of walking a solid line. What do you think? What would you give that on a scale of 1 to 10? Okay, the omisser. That wasn't omisser. Then blue line American flag 3x5. Police Blue Lives Matter embroidered stars, flags, banners, gifts for law enforcement officers. That is pretty. That's pretty, really pretty. Oh, it looks very well put together. Oh, wow, that's a good price. That's a real good. What? Wait a minute. No way. Okay, 4.9 out of 5. Darn. Why can't it have a 5? Why can't it have a solid 5? Okay, let me see. I'm gonna have to go and see what this 1% is. Why this has a 1%? I mean, a 1 on it. Why these ones? Okay, not really well built. Won't hold up. Quality. Okay, that's why everybody's giving it a 1, because of the quality. They're saying the quality, it's not as durable. Okay, so that makes sense, because I was wondering why are you giving this a 1? But the 5s, every guy gave it a 5 because it's made in the use and it only a few dollars more for it. Okay, good deal. Okay, so the biggest thing here is the quality. So if you're wanting something that's outside, according to the reviews, you may not want to get this if it's going to be going through a lot of weather. Someplace like where there's not a lot of wind and weather, it may be better. You give it an 8, Phil? Good deal. An 8. So what stops you from giving it a 10? Let's see here. Oh, I like this. That's a different look. This one, the distressed one. If you didn't know that that's a distressed look, to show that the suffering that law enforcement is going through and the things that they're dealing with, and just the whole air. That's what this distressed look means. Things are changing. Great way of tuning your truck. Do it yourself and give your truck personality. Who has a truck? Phil Hill knows. Do you have a truck? Do it yourself gives your truck personality with our custom vinyl decal. Change your appearance and add a huge visual impact. That is definitely impact. Nobody, no matter what country you're from, we don't want anybody defacing the flag, our flag of anywhere, any country. I would think. Now, I've been to several different countries. I've not been to all the countries. If you guys know of any country that they are fine with that, and the government is fine with just tearing up flags, then wow, that would be something. That wow. I don't even know if I want to make any comment on that. The 8 is for the boxer. Gotcha. Okay. Christina Nietzsche gives some double hearts. Double hearts to you too, Christina Nietzsche. Thank you for dropping in. It is durable, fade resistant, and waterproof. Okay, I would think a decal would be waterproof. Do it yourself, easy install, easily removable. Okay. That is good. So you can remove it and put another one on it. I like the way that looks because you can't even really tell it's a decal. It looks like it's just painted on there. Okay, this one. Bathing suit, bikini, young women, 2 pieces bikini top with triangle, bikini bottoms, bikini set, sexy suit. Now I like that. That's a sharp thin blue line because you have that line like going right down, kind of side, not directly down the middle. And I'm sure there's a reason that they did that just for appearance sake, making sure that it looks nice, not like trashy and not like, just it looks very, very pleasing. And it represents, that's what I want to think. That's the word I'm looking for. It represents well. It doesn't have it so it's like, oh, wow, look at that, and take away from what the thin blue line means. Oh, look at that. I like the way the star, so I wonder if it's in the back. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. The back view is really nice. Now, get out that other, what's that other bathing suit doing in the lineup to see the pictures? Because, of course, they want to sell other bathing suits as well. But we're focused on the thin blue line. So, somebody like Christina, girl, you look hot. Now that, Christina, if you ever want to advertise or you ever want to support on your stream the thin blue line, then you've got to get in this bikini bathing suit because that's sharp. That is sharp. I may have to get me one of those. My children say, Mom, you're too old to wear a bikini. No, I'm not. I'm going to be wearing a bikini until the day I die. Let's see. The weightlifting belt. I got another one for you, Christina. Look at this. You got another one. You got a weight fitting belt. So guys, for those of you that are lifting weights, when you get out there and you're working out, that's another way that makes it feel good. For those of you who are just now joining, I'm Candy Ray, the security lady. I help people to gain confidence by empowering them through the use and knowledge of the latest technology as it relates to personal protection, home business security, and total life wellness. Or today we're talking about things that show support for the thin blue line. If you don't know what the thin blue line is, it is, in a nutshell, for law enforcement, to support law enforcement, is that thin line that they walk between right and wrong, good and bad, blessings and evil, chaos and peace. Those are the things, order and disorder. That's that thin blue line that they walk on, making those quick second decisions that affect people's lives for forever and ever and ever and ever. The thing about law enforcement, just like paramedics, but in a different way, once you come in contact with law enforcement, depending on their attitude, you never forget it, ever, 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 ever. That's one thing that people don't ever forget, is how their first encounter with law enforcement. So this thin blue line shows support that they can see and visualize, so that when they're out there having a hard day, you can say, they can look at that and say, that person supports me. That person, and I know I feel good now about what I'm doing and out of here. And let me see, Christina, they might shut me down. Do it. Everybody tell her to do it. Let me see, type in the chat. Everybody type in the chat. Do it, Christina. Do it, Christina. Everybody tell her to do it. We're rooting for you. They won't shut you down. You have so many visitors. They'll be like, wow, she's doing awesome. So fitness back support for cross training, workout, squat, lunges. And it's also good when you have something like this, not only to help you, but like I mentioned, a lot of places you would not even know they're law enforcement. The flag bird. What's the flag bird? Two times. How is that? Because somebody tell me, I'm using my mic for the second time, and I have my music in a different place close to it. Is that music loud? Is it soft? Can you hear it? Can you not hear it? Can someone in the chat let me know? They won't shut you down. That's right, Phil. Tell her again. They will not shut you down, Christina Nietzsche. It may be the wrong visitors. The flag. I have not heard of a flag bird. Okay, the flag bird, Texas thin blue line flag, honoring Texas police flag. Aha. Okay, that's why they call it the flag bird. Wait, flag bird. Why would it be flag bird? With embroidered star and sewn stripes, heavy duty blue line Texas flag with brass grommets for indoors display. It surprises me how that the price of these are so low. They were not this low years ago. Years ago, these were really super expensive. Let me see. Christina Nietzsche says, maybe they're on visitor. No, it's nice and soft. What's nice and soft? Show support. Okay. Recyclable new material. Good deal. Good for the environment. Go Texas. Go Texas. I used to live in Texas. The blue Texas flag represents the Texans who are willing to sacrifice their lives for the peace and harmony of the community they serve. It will make a great gift. That is true, and that is unique to Texas. So if you live in Texas, then you know what Texas is trying to do to make sure they take that blue line. Is there anybody that did not know? I'm just curious. Music and mic are just fine. Thank you. Thank you so much, Phil, for letting me know that. Is there anyone in... Let's see here. Is there anybody in the chat that did not, before they got in this stream, did not know what the thin blue line is? I'm just curious. Or did everybody know what the thin blue line is? Pretty perfect studio thin. Pretty perfect studio thin, the blue line flag wall decor. Okay, is this customizable? It says Andrew, star 7118. Let's start the Peacemakers. Aha, personalization. Now that's really, really nice. Nice. And you get an extra 15% off if you apply the coupon for today, and it's ready to hang, gallery wrap, ready to hang, guys. And you put the person's name in there. Peaceful soundtrack. Thank you, Johnny Kong, for letting me know. That's important. I need to know because I'm still learning about all these things. Wow. Okay, so now you guys know there's one out here that you can actually hang that, and that's a real good price too for customization. You can customize it. Usually what they do, if you don't know, what they do when they customize things, they put not only the name, but they put the person's current unit number. So the officer's unit number, his badge number, and his badge number is normally different. Just a tidbit of information is different than his unit number. Sometimes it's just another tidbit for you guys that are here today. When you want to ask for something to know to either document or remember that officer, ask for his unit number, not usually his badge number, but his unit number, so that you can always get in touch with that officer or look him up when you need to find him. And get to know your community. People get to know who they are so that they know who you are. It always makes a difference. People fear what they don't know. People fear who they don't know. So when you know someone, a little bit about them, you have a less of a tendency to be afraid of them or what they're doing. Is that a tattered one again? Yep, I blacked the blue tattered flag. Thin line lives matter. Die cut vinyl window decal. Aha, I backed the blue like that. Another tattered flag. Okay, can be applied to anything. For those of you who don't know, I know most of us know about, let me see, or her. Yes, or her. Thank you. Now, I of all people should know better than that. Better than that. Yes, or her. Him or her. Silver and blue, marking Santa signs. Nice. And you get a combo pack here. Got the combo. With the lapel, waving flag. That is the lapel pin. Okay. Honoring law enforcement. Officers, flags, vivid color, and UV fade resistant. So you can be out in the sun all day long and it's not going to fade. And this is just amazing to me. These low prices. Let me see. Christina Nietzsche, just now, do you work in law enforcement? Christina Nietzsche, thank you so much for asking. I was in law enforcement for 25 years, over 25 years, and I retired 2 years ago from a 25-year career. So I was. Now, they say once, always, and that's not true. It kind of is, but sort of. Some things, especially as long as I was in it, you can't get around some things. Like things that will happen, and I'll make a comment, and the person be like, did she really say that? And then I'm like, yeah, I said it, but just ignore me. So I do have to work on things and remember things because things are such a part of me. Okay, so this is another good gift. All of these on here are good gifts, and I'm telling you, I cannot tell you guys enough how it makes a significant difference in a law enforcement official's whole mind and attitude when you do something like that, when you wear something like that, or when you just show them. Because you can walk up to somebody, and I've seen it personally. You can walk up to someone and, an officer and say, hey, look what I have. I support you. And they'll be like, can you get back on the other side of the street? But inside, I'm telling you, it made a difference. And later they think about it, and it does change attitudes, and it changes people and helps. We all like to be supported in every single way. All like to be supported. It's a good feeling when you're supported. And it's not a good feeling when you're not. So that's the lapel pit. Oh, what? It gets better. It gets better. This is a 4-pack. Wait, I thought it was 4-pack. What? Did I skip over something? 4-pack lapel pin. Oh, that's a sharp pin. Like that. Sharp pin. Nope, that is not a pin. That is a decal, and it's a 4-pack decal. Look at that. Look at how that's made. It's like 3D. It just jumps right out at you. All of them are printed on vinyl. Nice. 3M compliant adhesive. Uh-oh, look at this, guys. It says we give out over 100,000 free decals per year. Order any quantity of this item and will include at least 2 free decals with Jordan. Okay, that's what that says. You order any quantity and you can get some free. The 4-pack. 4-pack, you can put one in each one of your vehicles or give one to someone else. And the prices, I just can't get over these prices. Christina Nietzsche says, thank you for protecting others and making a huge sacrifice. Oh, much love to you, Christina Nietzsche. Thank you. Thank you. There was only one time. No, actually there were two. My partner saved my life once. And yeah, the guy was determined. He was determined that I just was not going to live that day. So I always appreciate it. Even now when people say things like that, it's very encouraging. Okay. Uh-oh. The Moxie sock thin blue line. I bet you guys did not know there were socks. And you walk out in one of these bad boys and pull it up above your pants. Some guys like to pull it. Hey, how did you do that? How did somebody put that little bubble up there like that with the floating sock? How did you do? Who's doing that? Johnny Kong, did you do that? Phil Hill knows. Christina, who's making that sock float up from the star with the little floating stars up there? Who's doing that? And how does that happen? I want to know how to do that. Johnny Kong, I saw law enforcement decorate, sell clothes, his own website, sell as well community. Okay, Johnny Kong, I'm not completely. You have your own website? You know someone that has one? Come back again, Johnny Kong. Say that again. Say that again for me in a little different way. I like this sock. Or maybe you're saying this person. These are some cool sock. Moxie sock. The thin blue line woven deadlift block knee-high sock. How cool is that? Christina, Christina Nietzsche says, if somebody clicks some of the products in your carousel, then that, wow, get out of here. Wow, somebody click that again. I think that's really cool. I mean, it's like the sock looks like an actual sock just kind of floating up with the stars. I think that's really, really super cool. Okay, now that we're supposed to just be clicking just to play to see the little things float up in the air. I like this. Reciprocated heel and toe. Ventilator mesh top. Full protection area. Moxie performance foot. Premium quality. This is nice. Look, if you put your cursor over the views of this sock and look at the third one down and see that thin blue line going straight down there, that is sharp. That is so sharp. I like that. Next product. What is this? Master Lock. Okay, Phil Hill says they just bought the sock. Oh, look at those things floating. I'm like a little kid, aren't I? It's like, look, they're floating. I think that's just so cool. Okay, Phil Hill says, I'm sorry, guy, I got sidetracked for a minute. They just bought the sock. Johnny Kong says, about support, sister and brother in blue, make on t-shirt. Nice. You know, that would be real cool. I haven't seen like a match. Oh, wow. You know what? Sister in blue shirts. I didn't see anything like that in Amazon. Johnny Kong, tell your friend to put some up, to get some in there like that. That'd be really, really cool. Christina Nietzsche says, so Phil, they don't have to buy the sock for the bubble to come up. That just means that they clicked it. Okay. Thank you, Christina Nietzsche, for that clarification. Master Lock. Well, that Master Lock, that's TSA blue. That's not the thin blue line. Get out of there, Master Lock. I mean, you can buy the lock if you want, but that is not in the thin blue line. Let me see. Is this a different one? Let's see if this bathing suit's a different one. Yes, it is. No, I love that one too. Okay, let me get some water. Guys, if you're not drinking your water, please, 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 please drink your water today. You should have a minimum of 8 ounces of water every single hour. A minimum. Your body needs it. Your body will love you for it. And your body will thank you for it. I'm telling you. Christina, okay. What do you guys think? Wouldn't Phil Hill, I'm going to say, wouldn't Phil Hill look amazing in this bathing suit? I don't know, Phil Hill. I don't know how amazing you would look in this bathing suit. But this looks more like Christina. I think this looks it's more toned down. Because I think I'm getting kind of a feel that Christina Nietzsche, if you guys aren't following her, by the way, if you're not following her, go follow her. Click that follow on her page because she has some amazing dynamic workouts. And she's just all about health and wellness and enhancing your quality of life. So, and Phil Hill knows tech. Follow that guy too. Follow him. Christina Nietzsche and Phil Hill, please throw your links in the chat so people can follow you. Miss Phil Hill, Master Lock made in Milwaukee, 100 years. Oh, you know what? Phil Hill, that was in the chat just for you, just so that you could educate us about the 100 years made in Milwaukee. Love it. Thank you. Okay. Yes, I think this is yours, Christina Nietzsche. Definitely. Okay. Hey, guys, you can get these for your wives. All the guys who are out here, get these for your wives or your girlfriends. And let them know that they need to walk out and support police. Not saying that they need to walk down the street in the thin blue line, but it would draw attention. It would get the attention of many, 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 many officers. As a matter of fact, they probably be getting on the radio. Hey, there's this girl down here. There's this lady walking out here in the thin blue line bikini. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. Send me. Here I am. Send me. I love that. Here I am, send me. So it's got the thin blue line with the cross, with the stars, with the Isaiah 6:8. Here I am, send me. That's nice. It just, that song to it, that sound that just says, They're available. They're available to walk into danger at any given moment. Unlike, well, the military is like that, but unlike most professions in the world. Casual men's necktie. I've seen a couple people wear the neckties, and they're pretty sharp. I have not yet seen anybody wear the necktie, and I have seen a couple people, but not where it actually matches something, where it really, where you're like, wow, where the necktie actually goes with that outfit. So maybe you guys can be one of the first. Get your thin blue line tie and it goes with your suit and you're just like, wow. Woven upscale look and high quality fabric, not cheap satin like competitors. Perfect modern size when it comes to ties. Size matters and you don't want one too short or too long, too skinny or too wide. Dad and son can look alike. Yeah, that'd be cool. Dad and son can look alike. Or mom and daughter. Girls wear ties these days. I wear ties every so often. Mm-hmm. Phil, you got me thinking now. I did not dawn on me earlier that the majority of these things are definitely centered for men, and it is no longer a male's world. There are tons and tons and tons of women in law enforcement. Let's see. Christina, yep, I knew you would, Christina. Yep, that'd be cool. And you look fantastic. That's you. That's you all day long. It's subtle. Am I right? Am I right, Christina Nietzsche, in saying that you are not the flash it out, jump out with all the whistles and bells, look at me, I'm here, I'm it, I'm the bomb type person. You're not that type person. Am I right in saying that? Okay, Johnny Kong puts up the tactical blue line woven patch and hook. Yeah. Very nice. If the brand paid me, let me see. Phil Hill says, if the brand paid you. Uh-oh. Okay, guys, we may have to get on that. We may have to contact the brand and say, we got a male out here that's an influencer, an Amazon influencer that would love to put on that bikini if he can get paid. That may work. It would draw some interesting attention. Let's move. Blessed are the peacemakers. The thin blue line. Oh, now that, wow. Wow, that is nice. Okay, look at that thin, that you almost miss it, but you don't. If you're law enforcement, you don't miss it at all. But you see that blessed, then you see the blue on the end of the Weagles, on the edge of the eagle's wings, and that light, I mean, that white just going through it is so amazing. And then you have that blue going through. He's carrying that line. Wow, nice. That is sharp. That's sharp. And how that blue line comes straight down out of that blessed onto the eagle's back. And you see the stars just kind of faded out, but they're still there. That is nice. Very nice. Oh, it has a zipper closure. So it is a t-shirt with a zipper closure. Let me see. It says extra, extra large. Do they have any other sizes? Yep, they have all sizes. So we can all get one of these. Man, that's nice. I wonder if there's a difference when you look at the eagle, at the female eagle and the male eagle, if there's a difference in the look. Does anyone know if there's a difference in the look between the two eagles? Christina Nietzsche says, yes, I'm subtle. Yep. So does anybody out here know, any of you guys know about eagles? Is there an obvious difference between the male eagle and the female eagle? Nice. Nice. Fits most men and women. They do say women. They do say it fits most men and women. Volunteer EMS, EMT squad, volunteer firefighters, veterans, MIA POW service. Second Amendment, patriotic flag, Second Amendment, tactical police law enforcement blanket. Pillow, towel, ornaments, accessory. Okay, now see, this is nice. We have some towels in the stream that are farther on down in the stream. Hats, beanies, t-shirts, so they do it all. Perfect gift, and that is definitely a perfect gift. I love this next one that has the heart on it as well. That's unique. I'm not sure how I like it, of course, because it has the thin blue line. It has the the blue going through it. But I'm not sure what I feel about that design at whole. It almost to me kind of looks like somebody has a black eye with it punched around it, or I don't know. Is it just me? Let me say, what do you guys feel about that design? How does that, on a scale of 1 to 10, how does that strike you as something that's like, wow, that signifies the thin blue line? I can see it. Because the words are right, so they're saying the right things, and they have the symbol going through. But that flag, the way that flag looks in there, I don't know about that. Machine wash code, mother, wife, sons, and daughters, please. Okay, dad, father, lightweight, double. Now they do have a lot of other things down there as well. Okay, we the people, I like that. Okay, but that's not my stream, so we're not gonna talk about those right now. Let's see, these hearts. Is that a flag? You say flag, patriotic. Oh, it's a decal. Now that's nice and pretty and simple, and says the obvious love with the stars and the line going through it. I think that's really, really nice. Oh, look at that price. You can get 100 of those. Get a whole bunch of those and just give those to friends to put on their car. That would give an officer a different feel too. If he walks up to the car and he sees that little heart like right on the door, because they come up right to the door, whether it's on the passenger side or whether it's on the driver's side, and to see that heart, that would just, it would affect the heart of an officer, I would think. I'll be back. Okay, Christina, Nietzsche, see you later. Thank you for dropping in. The flag patch. What is this flag patch? The thin blue line American flag patch by Morale Patch Armory. Subdued embroidery, tactical design. I'm missing those things. I love seeing those little things. I tell you, I'm just like a kid seeing those things float. I wish I could see them like on my forward, straight ahead of me. I have to rearrange this so I can see it real quick because they go up pretty fast. Reinforced backing, reinforced hook backing, tactical hats, badges. Okay, nice. Highly respected tactical patch. Look at this. Okay. Hat goes off to, if any of you are veterans that are watching the stream, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your service and everything that you've done to protect our country. You don't get thanked enough. Quality that makes you proud. Die cut, it won't fray, it says, and it's made to last. Buy now with peace of mind. Our no questions asked replacement policy and world-class customer service make sure you buy with confidence, nothing to lose. Order your high-quality thin blue line patch today. They say you have nothing to lose. They say that their customer service is top-notch or world-class. That's what they say. It's world-class. Wait a minute. Is this really what I think it is like that? Oh, wow. Look at that tumbler. Look at that tumbler. Oh my gosh. That is so pretty. Okay, I'm rolling over the images. Smooth, 30-ounce epoxy tumbler. Smooth, sealed with a smooth glass-like finish. It looks like a glass-like finish. And 100% handmade, handcrafted, and made to order. Does it get any better like that? I wonder if they could put people's names on it. Now, wouldn't that be something if you could actually put the person's name and their badge number on that tumbler? BPA free, sweat proof, 30-ounce capacity, dual wall vacuum, nice. Now if you hover over the icons to make it go bigger so you can see what it's doing, cold or hot. Of course, most tumblers do cold or hot. Look at how the inside of that is made. I wonder if it's really that color inside. Look how pretty that is. That is amazing. Handmade pattern, peace and love. Oh, look at the different colors. Okay, they have the blue, for thin black line. They have leopard. They have, wow, they have other colors too. But that blue is sharp. That thin blue line, that flag, because look, they have the thin blue line through the actual epoxy on the flag, but then they have that blue coming down at the bottom that just makes you go like, wow, I'm protected. I'm protected. Handmade. Let's see. I'm going to see if they can put it. Then it's sprinkled with oh, they even show you how they actually made it. Never fades and adds additional insulation. Okay, won't scald your hands, or not easy. It says, doesn't say won't, it says not easy to scald your hands. So keep your favorite beverage hot or cold for hours. Well sealed. It looks like you can almost look from the picture and tell that it's really well sealed. And it's crafted from 304 food grade. I love that, guys. Make sure you look for that 304 sometimes, because there's so many things that you can buy that we want to get discounts and everything, but then it's either rusting on the inside and we're drinking that stuff. That stuff is getting into our system. Won't alter your drink flavors or leach chemicals at the office, hiking, travel, home, road trip, working. Wow. Nice. Nice. I like that tumbler. Oh, wait. Oh, no, these aren't tumblers. These are leggings, I think. The next one. Oh, they're not leggings either. They're sweatpants. Oh, nice and comfy. Really, really nice and comfy. That thin blue. You know, it's really creative how some of these people are making these clothes. The pants, the joggers pants for men. Come on, we need some joggers pants for women. More products for women. Okay, this is for men. And it just goes, that thin blue line just goes right down the back of the leg. And these are good. If you get stuff like this, it's good to share people. You'll see people look at it and they'll be like, what's that about? Not everybody knows about the thin blue line. So I'm really glad that you guys are here. The people that are coming here. If you're watching this on the replay, then I'm the security lady. I help people to gain confidence by empowering them through the use and knowledge of the latest technology as it relates to personal protection, home business security, and total life wellness. Today, we're talking about things that support law enforcement and our public servants in doing their job on a daily basis. The thin blue line is basically, in a nutshell, it's that invisible line. And these are the symbols. These are products that are symbolic of that invisible line that officers and law enforcement walk, that separates good from evil, good from bad, blessedness from evilness, chaos from tranquility, and everything in between, like that. It separates that, because law enforcement officers, they make decisions every day that your everyday person does not make. We're not on a daily basis making the decision between life and death into somebody else's life or death, or somebody else's their total life wellness for the rest of their life. That's one of the few jobs that you can have where every single decision you make, every single word that comes out of your mouth, every single action is making a difference in somebody's life for the rest of their life. Okay, what else do we have here? This is nice. The strong American flag. Let's see. Why is this a strong American flag? Or is that the brand? Oh, it's a planner. Strong American flag. Police wife monthly planner. Planner. Funny Police family with thin blue line gift 2 years. Weekly planner, a 5-size schedule calendar, views to write an idea. Ah, nice. Strong. Yes. And I like that. Okay. Look at the way that has that right down there, making that blue line and the word strong. Very nice. 100 pages, simple, great gift. Now that's another great gift that's good to give to anyone that's in law enforcement or law enforcement family or law enforcement related, law enforcement supportive, because they can write in it. And, you know, officers take a lot of notes, ton of notes. Most of them they do on the computer, but they still have to have the old-fashioned paper and pen, because police departments do not put it in their budget for the most part. If you can find one, let me know. If you can find a police department that puts it in their budget to actually pay for all the officers in the department to have computers, to walk up and put people's information on computers, please let me know. I'd like to keep up to date on that stuff. That's usually the last thing that they want to do with any of their budget money. All right, here's a book. Okay, here's the book. It's been about what I've been mentioning, crime and chaos. So you can get, they have audio, they have Kindle, they have audio, they have paperback. And it has an audio sample. You can listen to them. Most of them are having samples on these days. I think that is really, really pretty cool. So that will help you to know more about what that means, where it comes from, how they work together on a daily basis, super secret services, and VIP protection detail. Gives you all that information. I always like to throw books and things like this to help to read and to educate, to, let our mind grow, because we don't read enough anymore. People like me are getting rid of hundreds and hundreds of books because you can read it online. But the cool thing is, the books are online, and Audible and Kindle and other things like that. The backpack. Let me see. Is this a bulletproof backpack? No, this is a children's school book bag. I think we have one in here, though, that's bulletproof. That's a thin line bulletproof backpack. This is nice. It's got blue all on the interior. That's nice. It gives a good feel for the child. Look at that. I like the way that blue goes down the back. You have the straps, so it kind of separates that blue line and goes straight down the back. Even though when you're wearing it, you can't see it because it's on your back. It's felt fabric. Don't know how good felt is for a child, if it's a young child. But for an older child, yes, absolutely. Compartments, 2 sides for the bottle or the umbrella. Zipper pocket on the front. 3D deep stereographic animals face print. All kinds of different perceptions let you stand out in the crowd. Well, I don't think this one has an animal face print on the thin blue line. That's nice. Very nice. Now, the thing about something like this is it's great. People want to get things like this for their children, and it is really good. You have to be careful depending on what school your child goes to, because if any children are educated, usually children are so proud. Children that wear things like this, that have family in law enforcement, and they're proud, they sport the blue, they back the blue, and they want to be officers someday when they grow up. It can be very difficult at school. A child wears something like this in school, in elementary school or middle school, and they're proud of it, and they want to show it off and say, yeah, I got the thin blue. What kind of backpack is that? What are you wearing? Yeah, because my dad's a cop, and I'm wearing the thin blue line. They have to be careful. So children need to be taught on how to handle some of these things when they're in schools, depending on what kind of school they're in, because you want your child to be safe, and you don't want to be them to be the victim of bullying, but you also don't want them to be a coward and don't want them to get a complex for not standing up for what's right. So again, that's almost like talking about the thin blue line. There's a fine line of walking that between the balancing on things like this. The guest book. Okay, what's this guest book for? For the police academy, graduation, police retirement. If any of you are fitting into this category right here, I love these things floating up. You guys keep clicking on these things to make me happy, make me excited about them just floating up in the air. I'm just so glad to know that, because I would not have known that that's how that happens. I think that sock was really super cool, though. That sock was just so huge, floating up among the stars. Okay, so for the academy, have any of you ever been through the police academy? Like, have you had a citizens police academy in your city or your state? If you have, please put it in the chat and let me know that you went through your departmental or your city or your state civilian academy. I'm always interested to know how many people have actually gone through a civilian academy. A lot of people don't even know that the civilian academies exist. Most large departments have an academy, and it's not advertised enough. It needs to be advertised more. But they have an academy that everyday people can actually go through to get a feel of what the officers actually go through. Like, you've seen on YouTube and different places people of highfalutin status. My daughter would say, "Mommy, please don't say that. Please, please, please. You give away your age." Of the highfalutin status, that they'll go through these things. You'll see them on YouTube and you'll see them on different programs, and they went through the shooter and don't shoot, and they got a different feel, or they did this or that. Those programs are available for just regular everyday of us, all of us people that aren't in law enforcement, that we can go and see and walk through. And there are also things called ride-alongs that you can see and experience and go and witness firsthand the things that they go through. Okay, I like this guest book. You can actually look inside of the guest book. I'm looking inside of it. It looks nice. One day I'm going to get this up on my screen. I'm going to have a screen somewhere back here. I'm going to change my office around so that I can have things on the screen and you guys can see the big picture. You're probably like, well, we can do that ourselves. Like, security, we can click on these ourselves and see them. You can, but it's just so cool. They have it in the background and flashing up every time I click on it. Christina Nietzsche says, I did not know. Yes, you definitely can. And I encourage everybody to do that, because when you go on those machines, the shoot, don't shoot scenarios, and you're sitting there with your, of course, real looking, but not real gun. You're sitting there with it, and then they tell you, okay, you're driving along. It's really, really cool. You get in there and you're literally driving along, and then somebody stops in front of you. This is just an example. Somebody stops, the car in front of you stops, and the person gets out like he's going to ask you something, but instead he runs up as fast as he can, and he acts like he's pulling something out of his waist, and yelling at you and screaming at you. What do you do? And you're put in that situation where you have to act. You have to act in a split second. Do you shoot? Do you not shoot? You're in your car. Are you prepared to get your seatbelt out? Are you just stuck? Are you a sitting target? And when you go through those scenarios yourself, you get a totally different feel and different perception about what they go through on a daily basis. You hear people say, well, you may not, but I'm just going to share some stories you hear, because this is what the Thin Blue Line is all about. The people in New York, some of you may have heard about this, that happened a few years ago, and they were sitting in their car still eating, and people wonder, well, why couldn't they get out? They're law enforcement, they're police officers. Why were they just sitting there? Weren't they prepared? Well, it's a different variable. So I encourage you to get in those scenarios. Call your local department, call your state department, ask when their next situation like that is, their next Citizens Academy, or their next availability for you to ride along with them and go through what they go through, see firsthand. And I always suggest, not advising you, but suggest ride the second shift, because that's where things really happen. I take that back. Depending on where you are, depends on how much is actually going on in your city at any given moment. If you're in my city, then there's no telling. It used to be nighttime, but now you just never know. Okay, this is a memorial, visitation and celebration of life service sign-in book. So that would be a good gift if you know somebody that's having people at their home and they're related to law enforcement. People don't think about things like this. They think about flowers and they think about a whole bunch of other things, but when it comes like things like this, we don't think about, because we don't know. We don't know that it's out here. Here's a heart. Let's see. A notebook. Honor, respect, notebooks. Okay, this is state specific. I was wondering why that looked kind of funny. I was like, what is that? That's interesting. It's not really, it's kind of a flag, but in a funny shape. It's the state of South Carolina. We don't have one in Indiana. I'm gonna have to send a note to some of our legislators here, some of our activists and people here, to get a Thin Blue Line Indiana book. Or maybe it's happened in the past 2 years, and since I've been kind of out of the loop, I didn't know about it. But officer notes, again, something like this is a fantastic gift for any law enforcement officer, because they still have to write notes, and they can't put them on. Most of them will not put them on their cell phones, because this may be a tidbit of information, security lady, tip number 2 for this live stream, that if an officer puts things on his cell phone, People will say when they come to door, well, just put it in your cell phone. If they do that, then their cell phone is subject to being subpoenaed at any given moment if there's certain investigations that take place. If they don't use their cell phone for their official line of work, then it's their personal cell phone. So that's why officers, if you ever have wondered, or you ever come in that situation in the future, if you wonder why they just don't use their cell phone, why they just don't put it in their cell phone, that's why. And let me plug up my computer before my battery goes dead. Okay. We are going to take a quick music listening break. A quick listening to music break while I switch computers. I have like different computers here, and I switched computers, and I did not charge this one, so I'm going to be right back so that I don't lose you guys. Okay, let me fix that, please. Don't turn off computer, as though the computer is going to listen to me if I say don't turn off computer. Here we go. Okay, now again, if you're just joining us, if you haven't been there, I'm the security lady, and I help people to gain confidence by empowering them through the use and knowledge of the latest technology as it relates to personal protection, home business security, and total life wellness. Today, we're talking about the Thin Blue Line and products that are helping to support law enforcement and people along that arena of law enforcement that are giving their lives on a daily basis. The Thin Blue Line basically started a couple of decades ago when a particular shooting happened. And a particular case happened. You can look that up and feel free to look that up. I'm not going to go into the detail about that on this stream. But what came about was the support and letting officers know that they are supported and that there is a fine line between making life and death decisions, the difference between good and bad, evil and goodness, chaos and tranquility, and all of those type of things. And that's the way Thin Blue Line. So the Thin Blue Line, when you have these products out here, if you get a product and you use the product, it can encourage officers in ways you would never imagine. Even though you may feel, and many people feel like, well, that shouldn't determine whether or not a person gets a ticket, or they should be this and that way, no matter what. Officers are human. They're human. Law enforcement people are human, just like doctors and anyone else. Doctors make mistakes. People make mistakes. And people have daily lives and families, and they do make mistakes. They don't always have the best attitudes. Hopefully they will. But as you know, it does not always happen. That's reality. When you have something like this, it does encourage them. It does make them feel like we have support, because of what's going on in our world, not just in the United States of North America, for those of you who are here, but all over the world. I was in the Dominican Republic for 4.5 months and just came back recently. It's the same thing there in other countries. The whole world is changing, and they need your support. Are there bad ones? Yes. Are there bad teachers? Absolutely. Are there bad doctors and musicians? And yes. So it's the same thing in every profession, but they are highlighted. And so to make a difference in having a product like this and just giving it to an officer, I can't stress that enough. I can't stress enough how encouraging it is to have someone just have a decal that says in blazing words, we support you. We got your back, even though we're not with you on a daily basis. Even though you don't know my name, I'm looking out for you. I'm sending up good vibes your way without saying a word that can make them smile. It can make a difference in their life or death. So that's my little thought for the day. I just wanted to throw that out there. These products are so helpful in changing lives. Okay, the book here, Walking the Blue Line, Self-Care. Oh gosh, please, if you know anybody, this book is a must-have for, I've actually read this book. This is a must-have for giving to someone as a gift, because there are a lot of, in every profession, young people committing suicide, elderly are committing suicide. Everybody's doing it. If you can help somebody to not take their life, then it's wonderful to be able to do that, to contribute some of these small things, something that they read, something you can say, something you can do. You can feel like, wait a minute, I'm just feeling something about this officer. Let me give him a book. Tell him to take care of himself. Good, because I don't know how many of you are in positions where you cannot say what you think and feel on your job, but that is one of the jobs that it is very difficult. And even though it's encouraged, could you imagine? Okay, imagine an officer walking into his work one day and goes up to his supervisor and just starts bawling and bursting out in tears. You already know what's going to happen. You can just imagine. They're trying to get, more departments are trying to get self-help things and mental health wellness programs into play to help people. But you have to remember, there's a stigmatism that comes with that. Almost like the stigmatism that comes with men and women. Christina Nietzsche, if you're still out there, you know just as good as I do, and as good as well as many other women, that we have a stigmatism too. It used to be we could cry and it was okay. Now we have to be careful about crying in public. If we cry in public, it's like, what's wrong with her? Doesn't she have any backbone? She got some issues. Don't mess with her. She just broke down and cried. Things are just changing so much. And we just have to be careful and keep in mind of who we are and be confident in who we are and walking in our destiny. Okay, notes. We already looked at one of those, so I'm not going to talk about that one. There's a different type of plan. I like this one because it's so just clear. I mean, it has no nothing around it. It's just boom, right there. Black and blue. 2021, thin blue line. No mistake. Perfect clarity. And it's a great price. Full year episode. So it's just going to go through the rest of the year, it looks like. But it's still, officers go through a lot of paper. Another police story. That is another book. If you guys have any questions, this is the time, guys. This is the time, because when I'm on my wellness streams and when I'm on my other streams, stun guns and super secret James Bond spy products, I don't open it up to talk a lot about any questions you want to ask about questions that you've never asked about police work, law enforcement, any questions about the future of things, the past of things, how departments work, what happens, what makes a good officer turn to a bad officer, what makes a bad officer turn to a worse officer, what makes all kinds of things happen. Why would an officer want to take his life? Why? This is the time if you have these kind of questions, because I'll answer them here right now, live today, not tomorrow or the next day, and probably not for the next couple of weeks. Phil Hill, Smart Home, Texas. Thanks for being real. Phil Hill, much love to you. You're very, very welcome. You have to keep it real. There are too many people out here that want to know the truth, the realities of the truth. And we hide things so much. And everybody gets hurt for it. Okay, another police story. My walk on the thin blue line. This is somebody who's probably retired. Let's see. I, Sergeant Brian Housestead, worked on the Stockton, California Police Department from the end of 1992 to the end of 2009. Yep, he's retired. This book tells stories about why I decided to work as a police officer, share several calls I responded to while officer and a sergeant. Enjoy! Exclamation point. I told these stories to let people get a glance of what police work is all about. Several police books I've read come from the point of view of an officer who then became a psychologist, true, or an officer who was trying to glorify police work, true. These are the stories I lived and lived them. And I lived them, remember them, and tell them. The book was therapeutic for me. Then I had friends who said I should publish it. Yes. Those are kind of good. Oh, you can't see. You should have something where you can read a little bit inside. Oh, yeah, you can look inside. Okay, that book does say that you can look inside and see what he's trying to say. I have not read that book. Let's see. Let me see. Phil Hill, No Smart Home. says donuts, yes or no? You know, the very reason I did not eat donuts in my 20-year career, I ate 4 donuts. Nope, the last 5 years I worked, I only ate 3 donuts per year. Before the last 5 years, so for the first 20 years, I ate 3 or 4 donuts per year. So 1 donut per quarter or less to average out to 3 for the entire year. That's all. So my total career, I probably ate maybe 50 donuts in my total 25 years. And the very reason that I didn't, as you're laughing at that Phil Hill knows smart home tech, is because of that stigma. And because officers, they become officers and they end up roly-polies sometimes. Not all of them, because a lot of them work out. I know some that are retired and their bodies are like just bomb, muscle bound all the way and no fat because they maintain. But I would not do it because of the stigma, because they just feel like, and let me tell you why. Phil Hill, first of all, let me ask you the question. Do you know why officers always ate donuts? If you know why, say, I know why in the comments. If you don't know why, say, I do not know why in the comments. And I will enlighten you on why they ate donuts and why some still do eat donuts. But pretty much it's the older school that eats the donuts, kind of, sort of. Okay, I hunt the evil. You pretend doesn't exist. Huh? What is that? What does he mean you pretend doesn't exist? Doesn't exist. Spartan Warrior, Thin Blue Line Police Journal. The Blue Line Police Notebook. Let's see. Journal specifically designed for police officers, their loved ones, and families, featuring a Spartan illustration of a with thin blue line, USA flag, and the motto, I hunt the evil. You pretend. Now I got it. Okay. Now it makes sense. That you pretend doesn't exist. I like that. Now that would make a good book. So this is a notebook. This says, I do not know why. Okay, this is how it started. Way, way, way back in the day. The donut shops were the place everybody went. If you remember, I think Phil, you're in an age, and I think some of you out here, you may be in an age where you remember the days Dunkin' Donuts was in its prime. Places like Dunkin' Donuts, that was the quick place to stop where you could get in and get out if needed, and it was a community thing. So everybody stopped there, so you could talk, you could shoot the breeze, get something quick and fast, and they always gave them free to the officers. Now, some officers didn't want to take things free, so they paid, but they would give things free because they liked the officers coming in and they felt that was their way of giving back to law enforcement. So they would go there, officers would go there and have their free donuts and eat because it was fast and easy. That's why they would go there, because they could talk with the community, because back then, remember, it was all about the community. You know who little Jane was known by Officer Joe, and Officer Joe knew little Jack, and Officer Jerry would take little Jimmy back home every day instead of, locking him up all the time. That is why that was the way it was. And it never stopped. So even as late as 20, let me see, I would say the change started probably coming around about 2005. I start personally, others may give a different story. Personally, I saw a change starting to happen then, because there was more of a wellness, getting back to wellness kind of movement. And a lot of officers weren't trying to do that. And then it transitioned over to McDonald's and some other places. But that is how that all came about. And so you still have the few who hold to that. And if you see an officer in a donut shop these days, you may want to go in and sit down and talk to him, because you would probably become his absolute best friend in the entire universe, because you would bring back a feeling to him that he probably hasn't had for decades. So if you see a cop in a donut shop, go in there and say hi. Say, hey. You could even ask if you want to sit down, if they want to sit down and talk to them. Don't talk too long, because they don't want you to sit down and talk too long. They don't want to be bothered. They have things to do, like reports and things of that nature. So, but it would probably do them good. Okay. Phil Hill knows Smart Home Tech says says, thanks for allowing the humor, yet your show is so, thanks for allowing the humor, yet your show is so appreciated and serious. Thanks so much for all you do. Thank you to you so much for making that comment. Yes, it is serious, but there's so much humor in it and so much goodness in it, because it is such a noble, noble, noble profession. You know, you almost made me want to get out my retirement badge and show it, but I don't know if I want to show the world my retirement badge. Okay, I like that title. Now that I know exactly what that means, because people do act like some of these things don't exist, and people want to see their own world, just their own little bubble in their own circle, and nothing else matters until the nothing else that doesn't matter comes into their little bubble. And then all of a sudden, it's a totally different ballgame. So don't be that person. Don't be that person that your bubble is so tight and so closed off that you don't see the other worlds out there and what's happening in the other world, whether it be good or bad. I'm not just talking about the other world of chaos. I'm talking about other worlds in general, because worlds are constantly changing. The world is constantly revolving, and things constantly go around. And what you've heard of, what comes out, what goes out, comes back always. So be the person that can accept what you dish out. Let's see. Johnny Kong, thank you, Johnny Kong. Much love to you. Much love to you. See you later. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your input and your contribution to the conversation. Men's husband. Let's see, what's this one? Daddy Hero, Thin Blue Line, please. What is this? Oh, again, a notebook. Okay, this is another notebook, so we're not going to take a lot of time on that notebook. Is this another book? Okay, so I've got several. I did want to put several books in here. Just highlight the titles, and I'm going to move on. When the thin blue line begins to blur. Ooh. Memoirs of an Atlanta police commander's struggle to maintain accountability within the Atlanta Police Department. Now, that would probably be a real good one to give some insight on the struggles of a commander. I can see it now. Why doesn't that commander do something? Why doesn't the head of police do something? Why doesn't the chief of police do something? Why doesn't the deputy chief do something? And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be doing something. I am sharing that if we don't know what they're going through, what they're facing, maybe there's some things that prevent them from taking the action that we feel as a community is immediate and that we feel is necessary. So this book will probably give some good insight into what's going on, similar to the ride along that I mentioned earlier, riding along with the police officer. So if you haven't ridden with an officer, please make sure you do that. Please contact your city or your local or your state police department and tell them you would like to ride with an officer. Now, some of them may be shut down with that for those programs because of the whole COVID-19 situation and scenarios going on. But find out if they have those. You can also, there are neighborhood powwows and things of that nature. And you can organize one. There are very few departments that don't allow you to organize something, and they can come into your neighborhood and have their roll calls and have different type of things going on. And if they don't, you can be the person to start it, to get that kind of thing started in your neighborhood. Oh my gosh, what a difference that would make. Just imagine if you could start that, and then all of a sudden you have officers coming to your house, not to your house, or they can come into your house too, into your neighborhood, not because there's an issue, but simply because they want to get to know who you are, get the neighborhood. You're like, security lady, I don't want them to know who I am. Why not? You never know when you're going to need one. It's kind of like having somebody work on your body. Somebody's going to work on your body. If something medical needs to be taking place on your body, you want to know what they're doing. You kind of want to know a little bit about them. You just don't want anybody cutting on your body if they need to cut on your body and you don't know who they are, what they're doing, what kind of experience they have, or anything like that. Same way with people in the neighborhood. Okay, that's another notepad. We're gonna pass that. You guys can look at these notepads. Go back on the stream and look at them. The Blue Lives Matter school book backpack. I think we already did that. Wait a minute, it can't possibly. Phil Hill, are you still there? If you're still in the chat, Phil Hill knows you may be gone. And if you are, you happen to see this on the replay, thank you so much for joining. If you're still there, I have, and you did not put, you nor Christina put your information. I don't see, let me look in the chat and see if you guys put your information in the chat. I'm looking at the chat. You did not put your links in there. No, you did not. Okay, you may not be there anymore. For those of you who are listening, you're just now joining. I'm the Security Lady. I help people to gain confidence by empowering them through the use and knowledge of the latest technology as it relates to personal protection, home business security, and total life wellness. And today we're talking about the thin blue line and how these products support law enforcement and how it makes a difference in their life and can make a difference in your life as well. Okay, the thin blue line, the 3-pack by Violet. Now that looks like an interesting, I think I will highlight that one. Where did that go? Is that the 3-pack? That is right there, 3-pack notebook. Oh yes, why did you let me, you should have mentioned that I am enjoying this way too long and taking too long on this, and that people do not want to see my face all night long. And with me saying that, you're probably like, and Security Lady, since when did you start caring about how long people see your face? As long as I'm contributing some positive things, some positive energy out here. Phil Hill says it's about, he said, yes, it's about you tonight. Oh, thank you so much. It's about the things that our amazing public servants do for our world. And they do some amazing things. Okay, the Thin Blue Line memo books. Ah, cool. Now let's see. By Violent Little Machine Shop. Okay, then that's an interesting twist. The Thin Blue Line memo books, which is we want to, oh, I love those little floaty things. Guys, keep clicking those things so I can see the little floaty things going up there. I love it. The Thin Blue Line, for those of you who may not know, that is the line. It's like it's an invisible line, but made visible through products like what you're seeing in this stream tonight. And there are tons more. I wanted so bad to put all the products up there, but I couldn't because I could only put 40 in the stream. But they're symbolic to represent the thin blue lines that officers walk and to remind the people, the family and the community and the officers that they're not forgotten, that they are thought about. It's the thin blue line that they walk. And the blue comes from the uniform, because back in the day, most police departments, not county, but most city and local police departments had blue uniforms. So it was the blue that they put, and it became about through a particular shooting that happened, a particular death and situation that happened in a court case. And the thin blue line was born of that. And so that is the thin blue line that officers walk, that they want to represent. And so when you use these products, you remind the officers, and sometimes you remind yourself, even as therapeutic for you, if you're a supporter of law enforcement. And if you're not a supporter of law enforcement, I strongly encourage you to do a ride along. Go spend a day with an officer during the course of his job, if your particular department allows you to do that. I know during COVID, a lot of them have shut those type programs down. A lot of people don't know that they exist, though, and they do exist. You many times have to ask for it to find out and do that. There's also things called shoot, don't shoot scenarios. And I encourage you to find out when the next shoot, don't shoot scenario is in your neighborhood or your town or your city, and go be a part of it, because there's a huge difference when you are in the seat of the simulator and you are riding, because I'm telling you, those simulators are so real. I was a trainer. I'm one of the instructors at the police academy, and those simulators are really real. When you get in those, you are like really driving a real car, or you're really behind something, or when the bad guy comes out with a gun and that weapon is in your face, it's a totally different ball game, because they're like real to life scenarios, and you're given the little not real firearm, and you can go and work with it. And it puts a totally different twist on how you view what your law enforcement people go through on a daily basis. So I encourage you to do that. So that's what this thin blue line is all about. And it's about engaging. If you have any questions, let's see here. Have any questions, please put them in the chat. This is a time that you can ask any questions you would like about the thin blue line, what it means, what it represents, anything about it. Law enforcement, if you have any questions about why police may be doing a certain thing, why they don't, and please pick up one of the thin blue line products, any of them, give them to a friend, support it. I'm not saying go put a decal on your car. I don't have a decal on my car just because I don't want the stickiness on my car. But now, like we're seeing in the stream, there are decals now that they do that. Technology has evolved. So it doesn't leave any stickiness on your car or damage your car in any way. And there are other ways, like taking something like this or one of the other gifts in the carousel and giving it to an officer that you think is special. Give it to a security guard even, because they put their lives on the line as well. And they pretty much know. Anybody in that arena pretty much knows what the thin blue line is. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and I hope you've gained something out of it, learned something, or been encouraged, and that you can encourage someone else. Okay, let's see. We already went through the backpack. Yep, I think that's, wait a minute, no, is that a different backpack? I think that may be a different backpack, but let's see this backpack. Okay, this yes, this backpack is different than the backpack before. Oh, I love those little things. Oh, this is nice too. My personal preference. Now, I like the pockets on this one. Okay. Oh, this has a lot of pockets. It is, okay, Blue Lives Matter school backpack, lightweight, thin blue line school book bag for girls, boys, resistant, durable, casual, basic American flag book bag for students travel, hiking, camping, day pack. Oh, wow. Okay. And you got a savings on this today. If you get this today, it is the lowest price that it has been in 30 days. Now, let's see. Make sure I pay attention to chat. In 30 days, it hasn't been this low. So it's the lowest that it's been, guys. So you may want to jump on this and get this for somebody that you love, somebody you care about, for your school-age child. Make sure if it's your school-age child and they're the type of child that wants to go and be happy and excited about having anything police or supporting dad or mom or uncle or granddad, whoever they may know in law enforcement, or simply a friend or an officer that you know. Make sure that you educate your child on how to handle that at school. It may be best to not have one of these if the child is going to go talk about it a lot, depending on what type of school you go to, because you definitely don't want your child to be bullied because he supports the police. You want him to be proud of it. Maybe he's in a school that they don't tolerate those type of things, and he can take it and wear it with pride and even use it for show and tell day. What a great security lady. You got a lot of ideas. Yeah, now I'm talking to myself. You're like, okay, security lady, you're talking to yourself. Security lady is like my alter ego. Okay, here we go. I like this one. Now, this one compared to the one that's early in the carousel, if you're looking at a book bag or a backpack that represents the thin blue line, this one has more pockets, and it's a lot brighter, visible than the other one. So it's just a different look. Nice, though. Very, very nice. It's a classic shoulder bag. Love it. Okay, ladies can dress it up. Guys can dress it down. And the last item we have in the carousel, it's like carousel. I don't know what's going on with my speech this evening. The last product we have in the carousel this evening is the book, The Thin Blue Line, Walking the Thin Blue Line. Let's see. Walking the Thin Blue Line, that's interesting as the last book. Confronting Racism in the Columbus Division of Police paperback. Okay, let me see if this is specific to a particular city or school. Melissa McFadden always wanted to be an officer when she grew up to help people as she left the disciplined and rule-driven world of the Air Force Security Services and landed her dream job in the Columbus, Ohio Division of Police. Columbus, Ohio is right around the corner from Indianapolis, Indiana, almost. Well, not really. It's about 5 hours from here, I think. She learned that policing was something very different than what she had always dreamed it would be. Okay. This would be a good book to read if you want to learn more about confronting racism in Columbus. and maybe ways it can be dealt with in other ways, maybe just what she went through as an African-American police officer. So this has been a stream. I hope you guys, if you have any final questions, please leave me any final questions in the chat. If you don't have, I'm just going to wait just a couple of minutes. This has been a pleasure about this. Again, share these with your friends. I will be doing another Thin Blue Line carousel in probably another couple of weeks. And you can come back and see all the other amazing, amazing products that we have in here. If you're going swimming, for your wife, for your girlfriend, for your aunt, for your niece, those bathing suits are sharp. Women, sometimes, not all women, but a lot of women want to show off. They want to show off. They want to show off their bod and they want to show off the bathing suit. What better? I don't think I've ever seen someone walking out on the beach with a Thin Blue Line bathing suit. So that would definitely be a new, lovely attraction. It'd be like, wow, that's sharp. What is it? What does it mean? And it gives an opportunity for great conversation as well. You're probably like, wait a minute, if I give my wife a conversation piece bikini, I don't know about that. Hey, it's okay. You're right there with her, and she's all yours. And ladies, we didn't have any. There were not any men's trunks. There were Thin Blue Line trunks. I have to see if I can find some of those somewhere in the Amazon world. So guys, this has been wonderful. And okay, there is one more comment. It's me. Tyler says, hello, it's me, Tyler. Do you have any final questions before I close out the stream for this evening, to close out the Thin Blue Line stream? Do you have any questions at all? I'm going to give you a couple more seconds, like 15, 20. No, laugh out loud, just saying hi. Okay, well, hi, hello to you. Now, let me see. Now that you were saying hi, should I say now it's time to say goodbye to all my company? No, I don't want to sing Mickey. SCCURITY, goodbye. That was pretty good. Oh, I'm going to have to use that one again. I'm going to have to look at the stream and see exactly how I did that so I can do this one again. Do that song again. Have a good night, guys. Kisses. Mwah. Hugs. Much love to you tonight. And I will see you on the next video.